Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Now, I know you're not used to actually seeing me on this channel because I usually just post prophecies of my dad's, but there's something I've been looking at, and I I don't want to put it on the ministry sites yet because I'm not sure. And so I want to hear back from you about this. I'm going to make sure I usually just keep the comments off because I can never go through the comments on this channel, but I'm going to leave it on. And I want to hear what you all think about what I'm looking at here. Again, I'm not sure, so I don't want to go putting it up on our ministry sites because we're going into some pretty dark areas here. But many of you know, and some of you don't, about the singer songwriter Jaguar Wright, who has toured with a lot of artists. And she's been very vocal for months now, for a while now, about some of these uh, um, musicians, such as P. Diddy's Sean Combs is his name, as well as Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all these people. And at first, I kept seeing her, and I'll listen to anybody. I'll hear anybody out. And decide for myself. I'm very much a person that does that. So you'll hear me. I'll listen to a conspiracy theory, for instance, but that doesn't mean I ascribe to it. But I will hear it because I've found through my life that sometimes those conspiracy theories end up being true. And over the past decade, or maybe a little less, but about the past decade, we've been seeing an unprecedented amount of information that has come out, and it has been shocking. And so I want you first to hear what my dad prophesied, and then we'll come back.
The hands of once compassionate women have cooked their own children, and their children have become food for them. Your children have become food for who are once compassionate women. And God says, once you recognize the man that I have raised up, pray. For the enemy will do everything in his power to put a witch in the White House. Did anybody hear what he just said? For Jezebel has chased away the prophets and even Elijah. Come on. Now I have said, go back. For this shall be dismantled, so that there will be no more corruption in the White House, says the Spirit.
Okay, so you heard what he had to say about a witch in the White House. And, in the first election for Donald Trump in 2016, we all just assumed he was talking about Hillary Clinton in those prophecies. But as time has passed, we've found that, in particular, this date of February 22nd, 2014, there's been quite a bit of longevity to that and many of the other prophecies. And so I want to play for you. First of all, they asked Jaguar Wright about, this is not a person who is traditionally Republican or conservative at all. But I want you to hear what she had to say about who to vote for in this next election. And I was shocked because I did not expect her to say this. So have a look at this, and then we'll be back.
What's going to happen? Who wins the election? Who do you think?
In my honest opinion, it has to be Trump. It has to be. Because if we vote DNC, we're voting for liars. It's just that simple. The DNC is lying. I don't trust the Republicans either.
Okay. So now I want you to watch this next part Also prophecy from February 22nd of 2014.
And there are highly embarrassing moments that are about to occur for many, many politicians in this nation. There will be a shaking amongst the Democrats in the upcoming elections, but unsettling for the Republicans. Why is God doing this? For God said, I am dissatisfied with what emerges from both parties.
Okay. So we know he prophesied that they will do everything in their power to put a witch in the White House. And the reason I'm doing this video at all is because of when asked about Kamala Harris, this is what Jaguar Wright had to say. And it has to do, again, with a witch and witchcraft. So have a look at this.
Want us to do.
Yeah, she comes out to Beyonce's Freedom. Freedom. And we're supposed to, fist in the air.
She's asking for freedom from Tusi, not freedom from tyranny.
Shit.
The simple fact that you find anything in common with a witch, with a woman who was charged in court with practicing extreme witchcraft. That's your theme music? That crazy. Then you bring another crazy bitch that we ain't even sure is all big to twerk in a halftime. Twerk for America.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, she's in a video where she turns into a snake, swallowing up little Tory Lanes everywhere.
Oh, man. No, not a little Tory Lanes.
Have we not seen the video?
Yeah, we seen it. Star.
Where she did mamoosh,
Yeah. We seen it.
this Sluminati bullshit.
Yeah.
She just sitting there eating Tory.
There's a lot of symbolism.
No, there wasn't no symbolism. That is a snake.
Oh.
And she eats. What other symbolism is there?
When it's right in your face.
You sitting there.
So she wasn't actually talking about Kamala Harris, but she made a very good point in the video clip there. She made a very good point in that. Why would she have that person singing that? And she's recognizing and pointing out witchcraft. And, something that's happened to me this year is, in particular this year, is a lot of things have been revealed to me about what is going on with the practicing of witchcraft. Now, we're seeing at, all of these global, usually, organizations, things like the UN or the World Economic Forum, or things like CERN, where people are doing strange, what they're calling it art, but it's easy to call something art. But why would they choose to do ritualistic, Luciferian or satanic things? Why are they doing these rituals? I met a girl years ago who was a hacker, and she hacked in when they reopened CERN. I think it was 2012. Remember, it broke, and they reopened it, and she hacked in to the security cameras because she just wanted to see what they were doing out of curiosity. And she said they were doing Luciferian rituals before the opening of CERN. And she was expecting to see scientists in lab coats, cutting a red ribbon, popping a bottle of champagne. And that's not what she saw. Now, I don't know the details of what she saw, but she said it was Luciferian rituals. And so I am releasing this video and have released this video today because I want to find out from you what you feel and what you think. Because I I haven't found my way to a conclusion of that yet, but I keep seeing this, the practice of witchcraft. It was revealed to me recently about Project Stargate and the things that they were doing in Project Stargate. Now you could go and watch, like I watched the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats for the first time just not long ago, and they sort of made light of it and made fun of it. It was a funny movie, but I think they did that on purpose, because what was revealed to me recently is that, in particular, in December of 1972, on a military base, they had psychics and remote viewers, doing whatever they were doing, and they actually opened a portal, a doorway, and something came through. This is what was told to me by reliable sources. This has also become public recently because things have been declassified. But something physical came through. It wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a spirit. It was actually, and this is coming to me from the information I've gotten is from actual people in the FBI and people he spoke to in the military. And something physical manifested in the room with them, and a deal was made. And 1 month later, we had Roe versus Wade, which was January of 1973. Also in the 70s, in that same time period, I think it was also 1973, Henry Kissinger helped Klaus Schwab start the World Economic Forum, which is a globalist thing. Now, my dad prophesied about the rise of the Fourth Reich. He prophesied that from the Netherlands, and he prophesied it from France.
You made and aligned. You were an ally to the Third Reich. There is a fourth one arising from the east to take over your streets, to take over your children and remove Jesus. But the Spirit of God said, truth will prevail. A cause will not prevail, and the people will begin to arise from the streets. And I will manifest myself in whorehouses. I'll go to red light districts. I'll begin to take them from their place of pain and turn it into a place of rain, says the Lord. Come on. Come on. God said there's going to be a reformation. But this time, God said, I'll use Germany. I'll use Italy. Yes. I'll use Holland, the Netherlands. I'll use France. They will stand, and they will stand against the Spirit. And that'll be the countries that I'll begin a great reformation, and there will be an abolishment of the laws of men, and your young men and young women shall rise, 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 and shout, shout, shout. Everyone in this building, say this with me. Those who are with us are greater than those who are against us. I'm talking about the angels of the Lord that are with us. If you don't believe me, my friend, I want to tell you something. We blind. God's raising up young Davids and young Samuels. And they're going to begin to prophesy to the dead bones. And they're going to bring life to this nation and to Europe again, says the Lord. So Kim, we don't want the war. Too bad.
Ah, je veux pas faire la guerre. Tant pis.
There shall be. Now don't get frightened.
Il y aura. Maintenant, n'ayez pas peur.
We have an enemy that wants to invade.
Nous avons un ennemi qui voudrait bien envahir.
Take Christ out of Europe.
Afin d'enlever Christ de l'Europe.
Sitting on the front row here
Ici, dans la rangée de devant,
is a pastor from the Netherlands
nous avons ici un pasteur de la Hollande
and a pastor from England.
et un pasteur de l'Angleterre.
They represent the soil
Ils représentent le sol,
and the territories.
la terre,
God is going to pour out His Spirit.
où Dieu veut répandre de son esprit.
Germany will be included.
L'Allemagne sera inclue,
Italy.
l'Italie.
There shall be a great move of the Spirit.
Il y aura un grand mouvement de l'esprit.
It is literally the next Reformation
C'est littéralement la prochaine réforme
that will come about
qui va arriver
because of reconciliation.
à cause de la réconciliation.
And the Fourth Reich
Et la quatrième Reich
shall be overcome.
sera vaincue,
For the hatred for the Jewish people
car la haine contre les Juifs,
and the people of Christ
contre le peuple de Dieu,
is causing demonic rage.
est en train de provoquer une rage
But
démoniaque.
God,
Mais Dieu
has made a declaration.
fait une déclaration,
One word
une
out of the
parole,
mouth of these people,
une parole qui sort de son peuple.
and the battle shall be won.
La bataille sera gagnée.
That word
Cette parole,
is Yeshua.
c'est Yeshua.
Jesus.
Jésus.
Jesus.
Jésus.
Say His name.
Dis son nom.
Say His name.
Dis son nom.
There's a lot more to this when it comes to the occult, because Aleister Crowley, for instance, also opened one of these portals or doorways, and something came through. And he did this, I think it was the late 1800s in New York City. It might have been early 1900s. And what came through to him was a being that called itself Lamb, Lam. And it was after that happening. Now, Aleister Crowley, you can look him up, who he was, but he, he did all kinds of stuff. But Aleister Crowley was, I don't want to call him a Luciferian. I think it was a Satanist. I'll have to look that up. But he opened a doorway, and the thing that came through looked very much like a gray alien. And I'll put the picture up of that so you can see it. And it was after that that people began to have these experiences of being abducted by the little gray aliens. And it was after that that people started to see these little gray aliens. And so I think it's very interesting. And so I would like to know what you think. Thank you for joining me today.